Good afternoon, family. Respect. It's great to be invited by Digicel to be a part of this discussion. I don't know about you, but I've really been invited to talk about my role as a father, and just being a father in today's day, or whenever. So it's a great opportunity, I think, for us to be honest and open and have a frank discussion about it. Start off with mine. I'm a composite of many different fathers, and that's how I put it. My biological father wasn't there. I didn't grow up with him. I was only told stories about him once I get to like age 2, and I think I met him first at age 6. And that encounter wasn't the most pleasant encounter. I learned at that time and discovered at that time that my father had a history with alcohol. From age 6. So to this day, he still has that history. And that relationship continues to be, on a what I call under construction. So that's the relationship with my father.
Was a little different from me. My father grew me. I didn't grow my mother any at all.
Absolutely. So you were grown by your father?
Yeah, from like age 2.
Great.
So
awesome.
It was like, so I know the love of a father. Like,
wow.
I never even knew that I never even thought about being poor or anything. It was just daddy.
Yeah.
So like for me, time spent with my kids, that's the most important thing. So I show them how I grew up.
Yes.
So they don't have to think that they need to have what Tom or Mary have.
Right.
Just a simple little things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And it's like gold to them. And for them, just seeing me and being around, that's all they want.
And look here, I'm going to tell you something. I must be the luckiest one in the room right now because me and my daddy have a relationship. Cause up to this day, I still call him daddy.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
When I reach 90, I'm going to call him daddy because of how we relate. And then I remember things between the ages of like 3, I know, very vague memories, but between the ages of 3 and 9, where daddy would show me how to tie my shoelace,
wow.
show me how to put on a t-shirt when it's on the wrong side, you just flip it over on your head and you know what I mean? A lot of things. Yeah, spin it round, a whole heap of little things. And then even my personality, how I am colorful now.
You're shaped just like if you
yes, man, I'm a daddy, man. I'm a living daddy.
My father spent most of his time away. So I didn't really have that interaction. I can't remember one time, to tell you the truth, I can't remember my father taking me to the park or I say, go to school, a football game, or, because my father went away on farm work in the early days, and he was in and out and in, and I don't know. But nevertheless, he's in Jamaica, walking the same path as I heard you said your father walking, a history, alcoholic history. But I'm there for him nevertheless, because this is what it is. I try to do as much as I can possibly do, and he's who he is. I accept him as my dad, and I'm there for him.
Because them live them life, and you have to live yours. So
I'm not the type of person where I get up and say, you should have done this, you should have done. Because when I really look and I realize the educational background, I know that for a fact sometimes play a significant role.
Yes, absolutely.
If I can stand right here and I said, okay, let me analyze my parents, and I realized that their headspace was down here. It would be unwise for me to stand right here knowing that and then go at them.
There's a generational thing that needs to be addressed when it comes to being a father in Jamaica. Clearly there's a SWAT in terms of the number of us who never got that opportunity to grow with daddy the way a child really should, and then there's some of us who clearly did, and it's important to try and find out what created the situation for us, why some fathers felt that not being there was an option for them. And just be a workless man. That too, but then, but there's so many though. But so many, it's almost like what about our culture? What is it about the culture, Jamaican culture, that makes us feel that it's okay not to be there?
Well, go ahead, man.
Yeah, man.
But you know what I realize?
in a lot of cases where you hear, and not from us, where you have a person saying, our father isn't there, it simply kind of mean he might not live in the house.
Right.
Or he might not be,
With the woman anymore.
Yeah,
right.
but yeah, and because I've seen many cases where the father do it the very best him can financially or whatever,
Yes.
but mothers make it look like say this man is really not doing nothing, or like she's a single mother and so forth. And if the man make $10, $8 go to the household, he might not live there. And then I'm trying to remember, there was a study I don't want to misquote, where persons or fathers who could provide financially, even if they said them they are foreign, and provide financially, got ranked higher than fathers who he might live up the road from it and him coming from morning, bring the picnic to school, whatever, and all them things there.
Right.
They got ranked higher because of financial. That's why we have both a barrel picnic in Jamaica, you know.
Yes.
And then I do think we have a lot of persons growing up and saying, yo, my father wasn't there, but what it actually meant was my father never buy me that BMX, but him do whatever him could at the time. So I do think part of the culture is wrong, because it's how we view our father. We seem to view financial provision as way higher than even time.
Even in real life, once you have money, everything is good. I call it the wallet father. That's what you are. You just provide money and that's it. And there's this old saying that maybe women that is our mother age would say, well, at least him provide. You know? So she, and sometimes we talk about, oh, my grandparents, they're together for 50 years, but what happened is, your mother never had no rights. Your grandmother never had no rights. So they're together forever, but she couldn't speak up.
Right.
And she accept the
That
things.
role, yes.
Yeah, and we say, oh, well, you know, your father is a, you know, and when you watch American movie, you see him get the best part of the chicken, you know, or something like that. But for me, I didn't, for me, hashtag I don't eat chicken. For me, though, I didn't know my father because he passed away, right? And so most Jamaicans have father issue. And I'm bridging the other day, we're driving back from our little Land Rover thing, you know, we love Land Rover and them things, right? So we're coming back and him saying, boy, I'm a father issue, you know?
Yeah.
Like every Jamaican. And I said, I don't have no father issue. Man said, what do you mean? I said, I don't have any father issue. I didn't know my father, he died. Yeah, well, that's an issue. I said, not to me. It wasn't. I can't miss something that I never have. So I'm not saying it in a bad way. He was just going across the road and got hit down and died.
Yeah.
You know? So what I did, I go and get his violin and get photos of him and study about him and say, okay. Even the other day, my mother was here and I said, tell me some more things. And she tell me some things that I can look and see in myself that is him as well, and I smile.
But at least that's more complete. It's a tragedy, but it's at least more complete than say my story or Nesbet's story.
Yeah, but then hear this too. I'm going to pass this on, but hear this too as well. Some people now this is going to be crazy. Some people have to develop their own. Some boys probably don't need some. Let me not say that.
I swear you're going. No,
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes. Because that's how you get great people sometime, you know. Because you see, it don't matter if you have mother or father, if you want to be great and you're supposed to be great, you're going to be. And I'll just say this, that your parents, they are the only one that can destroy you. They're the only one that can destroy you, you know. So therefore, sometimes the things you don't have, it make you become great.
Yes. Yeah, but I heard say your first one, first child coming. What came to your mind? What was the reaction like?
Well, I got my first son. And I was
Hold up the talker. Yeah.
I got my first son, Kemar,
Yes.
when I was 37.
27.
37. Yeah.
Big man.
Plan out everything.
People used to ask so what is that?
But you know, basically, I don't know what happened.
You never know. What do you mean?
Sir, I'm going to.
Unprotected sex. Unprotected sex.
Michael said in the no.
Yeah.
Michael said no it.
Yeah.
So Michael, you were alright. You were taken advantage of.
I don't say okay. Well, I'm a man now. I'm gonna stand to my responsibility now. I felt good.
It felt good.
Yeah, when I got the news.
So you were ready?
Yeah.
You were ready? You were ready for that?
I read a long time because I was gone. Yeah. No. Not really, yeah.
Vice, what about you?
Well, for me, most people would know that I always wanted to be a father. So,
Wow.
you know, yeah, it was. Yeah. No, I didn't get it on a text. I didn't. So, you know, I met this girl and we did some crime. You know what I mean?
Some crime going on.
And we expected it, but we never planned for it.
Right.
But when she tell me, you know, at first I was like, what you say? And then, you know, all the emotions start to, right. No, none of that, man. Like, you know, you just wonder, like, if it real and,
right.
you know, you realize now, so it's a big responsibility this now, and, you know, everything start just run through your mind. And she said to me, you hear what I say? I was like, yeah, me hear what you say.
Yeah, process it.
Yeah, process it. And then, like, a day after now, you know, the joy start setting and, you know, them nights.
So it was good for you. Why is that's important that you
good.
start off feeling like you're excited about it?
Yeah.
What about you, Kemar?
I mean, let me address something really quick. So, you see, when you're married, no, but worse than that. When you're married, it hard for here say, you know, conception happen.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but when you're trying to do the responsible thing and what have you, it hard, brother. So again, we were married like 27, 26, so young. And I got my daughter when I was 30, 32.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 5 years of unprotected big people thing and nothing happened my ass.
So there was pressure. So there's pressure.
Yeah. No. Well, that's not the point. That's not the point. No. But Yeah. But the important thing is, you know, I know for a fact that if I was careless, you know, it's just for some reason it would have happened. You know what I'm saying? Again, a lot of people have that view. Once you're trying to, that straight and narrow, it rough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So when I heard the news that finally.
Yeah, a strike.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It was really.
What about you, Ian? What about you, Ian?
When I was there with my wife these things we normally do the test. I'm around. Yeah. So when she did it and she came out of the bathroom and she said, this is what it's looking like. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this is really like when she did it again. I'm like, what? I'm start ball. Cause I say, it's a joy. You know, like I say.
Yes. We like that. Honesty.
It's a blessing, you know.
Yes,
like
yes.
I always say it's a change in your life, and I always wanted kids. My father had 4 kids.
Yes.
Mom 6. So you know the family thing is there. So I was like, wow. I said, yeah. All right, good. And that was like in our first year of marriage. So I was like, all right.
Nice. So you never have to wait long, like, come on. Strike first year.
We're kind of afraid of, even if we blow my wife, she get pregnant. So we kind of just. So we're good, but it was a joy.
How has that changed your lives? I mean, what's it like being a father? How has that changed your life?
So Rascasa was like, it was all about Rascasa.
Mm-hmm. Remember,
everything.
Acho.
You understand?
What was all about it?
When I say superstar, I don't mean like, I mean real superstar.
You were a superstar director, not a joke.
But then when the children them come, you realize that sometimes I look at my daughter now, and you ready for this? And I'll just cry. My second son would say, to him, sister, you know, daddy's gonna get old and die, right? You know that, right? And then she would run come to me and say, boy, Charlie say, you're going to die. I would say, I will never leave you. Even if you can't see me,
Yes,
I would
I'm
always be there. And then I turn away and wipe out my eye. You know what I mean? So everything I do now is for them. But before that, though, before you make that music video and send that girl out in front of the camera to shake her booty, I used to think about my 5 sisters and my mother. So, but that I replace that now with my daughter. My son, them all right, but my daughter. You understand? My daughter is my weakness. So, she, you know, oh man. So
It teach me how to love deep and not just love, because you have different stages of love. And because of that, I then come to the realization that they're my responsibility and I am obligated to them in every way, shape, and form. So it changed my life drastically. And of course, as I said, I never have my dad around me like that most of the part. So it's like my world and my father world is like complete two different worlds. But again, the love for my children has pushes me through tunnels that I didn't even know that I could have gone through. And as I said, it's the in-depth love. So it changed me, and I'm okay with who I have now become. And again, if I have to live my life over, I will live it with my kids, because they right now are like my motivation. They are my motivator. They motivate me in just about every aspect.
My kids, as young as they are, the 2 that are really functional talking, I think they know like one of my favorite songs. So my father is 68 now. He works 7 days a week, kid you not, from Sunday to Sunday.
Never miss a day at work.
Listen, to get him off, you have to tell him in advance. Him wake up every morning and him walk from Ligani to Jackshill. Him go work. Simple. Keep it. Him just keep it real like that.
Keep it routine. Yeah.
So for me, for my kids, so Vibes Cartel have a song named Unstoppable. Morning.
Runaway
From
train.
me a bed, it me a listen. So I start make them listen it. So like my wife says, oh, you listen to this? I say, he has a line in him say, a barn comes to my father, I work 7 days a week, so hard work did easy for me. So from them coming out the picture, it's like me I work hard, but it's like me just turn it up tenfold. So it's like it just come natural. It's like me just say, oh, them are my motivation. If I thought I was my own motivation, which I know I am,
Right.
with them,
Boosted.
it just flow. It's not even like me I try to, you know, no wrong to hustler, but it just become. So like when me I get ready for go good work, me I listen to my Vibes Cartel. Or I play a bugle and I say them song they just
elevate the energy.
And what I'm like them youth that sing about the life for me living or aspire to, you know?
Yes.
And through my father. So that song, that line, yeah man, every time I say, yeah man, I know what daddy used to do. As small as he was earning, him they just want to make sure I say, we did alright. And I think that's what I appreciate. It wasn't a rich thing. Him put out him best, me I tell her as like, if I little, yeah man, I'm used to
the best liquor. The best liquor.
Yeah, and then you see, I grew up in the church. So there was this biblical side about fathers leading and everything. And I said, yeah? All right, we never hear too much about the father do bad. Me I hear about leadership things.
Yes,
so
yes.
Right away, them things they impart automatically.
Yeah.
Well, the whole mentality change, shift, because before, as a person, you just not have no responsibility. You alone, you just think about yourself, or if you have a girlfriend or your wife or whatever, that's it.
Yes.
But when you have a child now coming at the plane now, you say, so I have to go provide for this child. Yeah. I have to go find everything until this child.
Buck stops with you.
Buck stops with me. All lies with me. But just know, say, I have to just man up, do what I have to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have a tiny
Let's have 2
human,
questions left. So
you have a tiny human dependent on you. And if you are any sort of man, that in itself should already, someone is dependent on you, right? And it's almost the same thing like where everybody's saying, you're saying go harder. You see the thing with me the right, I'm going to show you. And everybody got to understand my pace. The first verse off.
Nobody going to understand my pace because I'm not running this hard to stay in place. You understand? You know, the just for fun days are done now. I got a son now. You understand? Yeah. Yeah.
Just say it.
So that is it. Just going a little harder and making sure and so forth. And I felt it more of a motivation because since I heard, I start the more of the event, I start the more the emceeing, I start the more whatever and thing, because in my head, you know, you can't leave a job to your child. You can leave something with your own to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on my headspace there right now and all. And at the same time, not to negate the importance of actually spending time itself. So I was telling you earlier, I said some parts of my time fully move around because that fully blocked out that I drew that time. Right? There's some not a theme time. So it's fully blocked out and say and if it can be avoided, nothing will interfere with that little time.
My daughter is 7, and you know, I would think that most of us know that the biggest challenge with children these days is their mouths and what they say,
right,
and how they say it.
Right.
And I think one of the things that my father showed me, not just by speaking to me, but by example, is that you never, ever should have to hit your child. Set certain precedents in play. You know what the steer mean.
Yeah.
You know, just looking at your child should be enough to let them know that you're displeased with some kind of action that they're doing. And again, you need to train a child at home. Don't wait until you go to the road. I mean, these are some of the things that are core in terms of just learning how to deal with your child. And I think mothers normally get an instinct of how to deal with these things. And I think as fathers, because we're not necessarily always there because we have to work, we have to deal with disciplining our child a different way. And I think seeing how my father would have even corrected me and my sister growing up,
right,
he was the last in terms of the judgment.
Yeah, so he's the last point of discipline.
Yeah, the last point of discipline. And everybody would know that it's been established, you know, because even when
so if it escalates to your father.
Arthur. So you get right away to understand that you have to now be that person to signify that weight till your father come.
Right.
So you can't be the one who talk all the time and all of these things. You have to allow the significant other. It weakens you.
Yeah.
So for example, now, so here it is that your daughter is misbehaving, and you know, here comes, really misbehaving. Kiss teeth, gone in a corner, don't want to go to her bed. Total disrespect. I remember one time my father saw that she was dealing with my wife a certain way. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he wouldn't say anything, you know. But he would like look at me and, you know, you need to do something.
Stepping out.
Yeah. I mean, so a lot of it is just putting that bass in your voice and saying, young lady, if I ever get up. Mm-hmm. So things like that, you know, again, I don't personally hit my daughter at all. Right. I will hold her and shake her a little bit, but the most I would do. And I think, again, that is what I would have learned from him.
Yeah.
No, so I did some studies, and it said from 0 to age 7,
yes,
what you give your child or children, that's it, right? That's what they are going to use in the real world. Someone say, okay, this is it. So where self-esteem is concerned, my children, them, shot through the roof. Mm-hmm. The consciousness of their ancestors, where they're from, and all of that is there. You are my son, our teacher, right? So I'm big on Egypt and Africa, right? So I'm going to say, yeah, we're good, all right. Watch the ride. Just the other day, you know, my son started doing some things now. He's now 11 now, pretty much, in a couple of days, right? Yeah. New manual. And it don't reach me yet. My hard right, but it don't reach yet, right? The man start, you know, as you say, you call him Saleh. One time, Saleh, yes, daddy. Whoa, okay, that was quick. Yeah. Saleh. Saleh. Still a read. So some of that for move him one at a time, you know, and shake him up a little bit. And I have to shake him up, but then I catch myself.
Yeah.
And this is about schoolwork, see? And I have to look at him and make him, I apologize first. Mm-hmm. And then I say, look, it's about responsibility, brethren. See? And you have to do You schoolwork, when you go to school, school prepare you just for a job. That's what school do, okay? Yeah. It don't prepare you to own anything. Because when we left school, we don't know nothing about accounting, okay? So, just so we know that. So I let him understand that, look, responsibility is, you know what I mean? So when you don't angle these things, from now, if I don't draw you up and make you know, you go and turn out as a big man playing around. Yeah, so I love you, kiss up, you're the greatest man alive, and we're good.
But you know, again,
it happened again. Still I wait for the manual.
Yeah, manual.
Advice from my personal experience, just be there as much as you can. Nothing else is important as being there. No money, nothing. Time, that is important.
Michael, what advice you give to new fathers, expectant fathers?
Pay a lot of attention to their children, which is very important. Be with them, train them, and guide them in all way that expected.
Yes. Sir Nesbitt.
My advice to new fathers is to make sure that you love your child the way you're supposed to love that child. And that in its own way will answer all your questions. It will push you wherever you need to go.
Yes.
So you have to have that in-depth love for your child. Because if you just love your child for the sake of, okay, it's my child, so I'm going to love that child, it's not going to push you as far as you will definitely want to go. So you have to have that in-depth love.
Get to know yourself first. Because you don't want to have a life of regrets. And that's when it starts to go downhill. Get to know yourself first. Because see, remember, the child is ready like an avatar, ready for you to give direction, right? When you know who you are and you're comfortable with who you are, whether you are your father or not, but once you love yourself, because that is the greatest love of all. It sounds cliche, self-love, but it's true.
Absolutely.
So once you know yourself and you conquer these demons or whatever people claim to have, then it's smooth sailing. Because we always miss that. We always miss that and go straight to this, and then the father or the mother start tell you when them get old and them dreams never come to life. Them start saying, what I did for you, but you're supposed to. You're the dad, you're the mom. They didn't ask you to bring them here, right? So get to love yourself first, know yourself, and then it will be easy from there.
Brethren, just take the time, as Casa said, know yourself and get to know the personality of your children, because that's the important factor. You have to know exactly how their mind operates, right? And you have to just give proper guidance. Time is the most important thing. You cannot do nothing without the time. Time is very essential, and as the brethren said, I'm asked very little of you. The most important thing you can do is just be there. And even if you have 2, 3 baby mother, I don't know how your life go, I don't know how this thing go. You understand? It's whatever happens. Yes, there's a Jamaica over there, and these things happen, see? But just try your best. If you want to be mother, them not even link. Have a connection with the child. Because it's important, brethren. And if you neglect that child and then you say, all right, I'm going to talk to this one because me and the mother good, and then the other one mother, you're doing an injustice, not just to the child, you're doing an injustice to yourself later on. So try and keep connected with all your children. Try and reason with them as much as possible. Give them the time, brethren. I have nothing more to say more than just give them the time.
Anjan, I want to hear your perspective, particularly as a man who have a special needs child. What would you know, there are a lot of people, when we say expectant fathers, we're expecting the perfection, 10 figures, 10 toes, everybody good, everything all right. But that's not all the time what you get. So, what would you say to expectant fathers, parents out there?
Well, just to piggyback off what all other persons have said, time, love, cherish every moment you have with them when them come, and, pray a lot, Try to keep your mind in a clear space. That means, as I said, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yes.
You don't know what is going to be the result. So just keep your mind clear, build up yourself, you know, just try to take care of yourself first. That means that when that child born, whatever the situation arises, come out of that, you can deal with it. You have that mental power, mind power for deal with it, for accept it, not run from it. You know me, I say, 'cause that was the thing that I did, you know. I face it, I see it as a reality, and I say, I have to deal with it.
Because it is a reality.
It is a reality. Me never say, boy, she's sick and I don't know what me I go do, and boy, better your mother deal with it way. Because everybody will go down right there, so me, mother, and the child. So me did have to just grab the bull by the hand, as I say, and just say, all right, then this is what we are going to do. Still love her unconditionally, 100%. Anything at all she want, I to deal with fear, me the first person. Because nobody know my daughter like me. Nobody.
Respect.
You know, because she can't talk, she can't, but just looking at her, me can just know what is going on. And she don't want her on nobody but her daddy.
It's been a pleasure listening to each and every single one of you give your perspective as fathers. I think more of this discussion or types need to happen outside of the cameras, you know. I think other agencies, schools, workspaces, community centers need to understand that as men, we need to open up and talk together. And it will to me make us understand more about, you know, who we are as men, help us to understand who we, you know, what part we're playing in the lives of our children, and by extension society. You know, this can only be healthy if we decide as men to be honest and open and discuss these things.